The Seattle Sounders have wrapped up their practice and their prep. That is actually outside prep for tomorrow's game against FS Austin. And today's practice, it was kind of a celebratory in that Cody Baker, and we'll show you a little bit of film on that he signed first team. So it's really neat to see. The young man has played really well, and he had been on the right side, and he played really well against Houston on the left side. So he played his way up to the first team. So that's what all the good news was. Also good news for for you fans and the team as well is that Nuhu and also Leo Chu in full participation today, and they will feature tomorrow. So let's go to the video. Brian Smetzer talking about, you know what, never mind. Here it is. Here's the video on the B-roll.
Session. Well done today. Just enough. Hey, Pedro, Pedro behind you. Lock it down. Second. Good. Come new.
A lot of developing players and younger players playing at a really high level, and not just technically but tactically. There was some astute play in that, specifically that Galaxy game. Really tactically, there were moments, there were spells of 8, 10, 15 minutes at a time where I actually thought tactically we were the better team. I thought our group understood each other. I thought they understood the spaces to attack, and the chances we created in that game were some remarkable chances that we unfortunately didn't finish, or we may have come out on a better end. That's something you can't really order off a menu if you're in my position or Sean's position or Corey or Henry. This is a great problem to have, and it allows us to be far more selective, far more picky in what we look at doing in the summer window, because rewarding people inside of our organization is important to us, as opposed to just going out and hunting the world and trying to go somewhere neat or sign someone from a cool.
They're good. It was a tough road trip. Wednesday, Saturday, we've been gone. Seems like a long time. Sunday was Mother's Day. It was a good reset. A couple of good days of training, and looking forward to another tough 2-game stretch. Nuhu will be involved in the game. Chu will be involved in the game. Christian, no. Raul, no. Who else? Rowe, no. It was an odd film review because we focused mainly on the first 20 minutes. We actually played better when we were even numbers. Some of the coaching points were just patience and changing the point of attack side to side, some of those things, but we mentioned that. We messaged that already. We already trained that. Who knows how Austin's going to line up. They've been playing a back line of 5. I know it's a midweek. They've got a home game Saturday. Do they have a mixed group and prepare for the home game, or they think this is the game they can collect points off of? I don't know. So let's just see. But if they do play a back line of 5, there's less space. Got to talk about that. That's similar.
They've had a tough season, Austin has, and you faced a number of teams who've had tough seasons to that point. How do you go about preparing for a team that's in some ways kind of similar to KC or Portland or like that?
The message, Jackson, it's a great question. The message is just, I told him before the film today, said we've let some of our arch rivals back in. Let's not do it again.
You comfortable with your execution in the final third in terms of just, what
I'd like to score more for sure. Chances were few and far to come against Houston and even some of the last games, but there's been some dysfunction. There's been some rotating lineups. There's been the Kansas City debacle that I So we'll get back at it.
At Cody Baker, I mean, does it feel like you're a proud papa on a day like today when you see these young kids just,
I'm a proud papa. Wade's a proud papa. We're all proud of them. They're great kids. You mentioned Rothrock, but Jackson had an unorthodox, journey into being a pro. Why can't Rothrock do it? Cody's more traditional, but he's 19, so he's not Danny Leyva or Obed Vargas, but he's himself. He works hard, tenacious defender. He's got the grit. He's got the Pacific Northwest grit. That's what I like. Lots of good things about that kid.
You've talked about the great locker room that you have, and just having that, how much does it help in terms of the cohesiveness, healthy competition, young guys trying to play, and yet older guys feeling that they can help them with the goal to win?
I think that's just, I don't want to say natural, because I think we had to build that culture. I think when we started, way back when, in the USL days, through Ziggy's tenure, through my tenure, the Seattle teams have always had a little bit of that character. We've always been a close-knit group. A lot of times that comes from just familiarity with players from this area. I think that the academy does a great job. Wade does a great job. We've been bringing younger players in to our preseason ever since 2016. I remember that first crop in 2016, we brought Ezreal and some of those really young guys. They were only 15, Danny, 15, 14, Marlon Vargas. I mean, we incorporated the young kids right away, so they understand the expectations of what it takes to get to the senior level.
All right, so there you had it, Brian Smetzer. As we do like to throw a little B-roll in there, just talking about the importance of tomorrow and what they've got to do in the first 20 minutes. Here's another team that's not playing so well, but, the Sounders are at home, and the deal is, as Brian talked about, is you just can't let teams hang around. And so a fast start, put them away, home game, should be sunny. And there's really nothing else to say. The Sounders really got to come out and win this game. And they haven't been scoring very well, so it'd be nice to see them put up some goals up there. So that's really all there is from Sounder Practice. I'm Masvidal Mara here for the CascadiaSports.net.